get started. Tanner's home, he might walk through our video. All right, starting on our back today for full moon class. Knees bent or open to the side. I have gratitude oil going in the diffuser, and I brought amethyst and a quartz here. Labradorite is a great one to have. It's on my necklace. Settling into your space. Hopefully the sound in this video is working well. It's a new spot. New spot for recording. We're gonna work on box breathing today. So when you've gotten settled, we're gonna inhale into our belly first and then into our chest. Exhale, chest. And exhale all the way through the belly, squeezing navel to spine. And we're going to do that on a count of 4. Inhale, 4. Hold your breath for 4. Exhale for 4. All the way through the navel. Hold for 4. Inhale, 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And keep going on your own count for just a few breaths here. During this practice, whenever we're doing resting poses, I want you to try this breath, deepening into your ribs and exhaling completely through to the lower belly. We're creating spaciousness in this practice in all areas of our life through this full moon practice. Beginning this, you can breathe normal now, just relaxing into this. I'm going to talk about the harvest moon for just a moment. Settling all your energy into this space, allowing gravity to sink you deeper and deeper. This harvest moon time can be highly emotional as we move from the higher energy into the lower energy of autumn. During this practice, we will settle into this slower pace, release and let go of previous accomplishments, and welcome in the darker days that follow. The affirmation for today or tonight is, I embrace my fears and all that they reveal. I embrace my fears and all that they reveal. When you are ready, bringing your feet up to parallel, knees parallel, if they aren't already. And we're going to windshield wipe our knees side to side, massaging that lower back, really creating that spaciousness in the hips, being generous with your side to side movement. Enjoying the side stretching and massaging into the spots of your lower back, hip, and buttock area. coming to a pause in the center, bringing heels close to the buttocks. Fingertips come by the side, gently brushing the heels if they reach. We're going to come into bridge pose by exhaling all of our air out, navel to spine, and then rolling all the vertebrae up. Inhale here. Exhale again, all the way down, rolling the spine through the lower back and the tailbone. Exhaling, rolling up. Thinking of that spaciousness in between each vertebrae as you roll it down. Exhaling everything out. Inhale everything up. Getting higher, squeezing the buttocks, knees are still parallel, and exhale everything down. A couple more on your own breath. After your next exhale, just rolling onto one side, making a pillow with your arm. Taking a moment to set your intention. And today we're really embracing any fears or anxieties. Noticing that they have something to tell us, something to reveal to us. And when you're ready, sitting up, actually we're just gonna roll right over to hands and knees for cat and cow. Coming into hands and knees here, finding your tabletop. Strong core here. We're gonna inhale, dropping the belly, looking up, cow, and exhale, rounding up, remembering that spaciousness in between the vertebrae. Inhale, dropping the belly, looking up. Exhale all the way through the navel, all the air out. Inhale, looking up, dropping the belly, spaciousness in the ribs and the spine. And exhale, rounding everything, feeling the ribs expand. A couple more on your own breath. And after your next exhale, coming back to tabletop, we're gonna do thread the needle next. So we're putting our left hand to the center, inhaling our right arm all the way to the sky. Nice big breath, find that space here, and then exhale that arm underneath the left armpit, coming onto that right shoulder. Finding space in the neck. We don't want any pain there. And coming into that box breathing, holding on the inhale, expanding the chest. Exhaling all the way through to the lower belly, holding. Inhaling, expanding the chest. Holding and exhaling all the air out and holding. Couple more here, just relax breathing. And on your next inhale, inhaling that arm all the way up back to the sky. And planting the right hand to the center of your mat. Inhaling the left arm up. And exhaling it through and under the right arm, coming onto that left shoulder. Settling in here, finding space in the neck. And then trying our box breathing here. Inhaling deeply and holding in that upper back. Expanding the ribs back there. And then exhaling all the air out through the lower abdomen and navel to spine. Holding. And inhaling to the count of 4. Filling the ribs. Hold. And exhaling it all out through to the lower belly. And then a couple of normal breaths here. Just relaxing into this twist. Feeling the space you're creating in your upper back. And on your next inhale, inhaling the left arm all the way up to the sky. And back to tabletop. Let's come into our child's pose for a bit of resting here. Knees can be together or apart. Reaching far with the hands, engaging the fingertips, engaging the arms, forehead towards the mat. And you can try your box breathing here. On each breath, getting a bit deeper, filling the lungs a bit more. On each exhale, exhaling just a bit more, getting it all out. A couple of regular breaths here, just to settle in. And after your next exhale, rolling back onto your heels, bringing your knees together, sitting up into hero's pose. If this is uncomfortable for you, just sitting on to one side or the other. We're gonna do another breath that, not sure what it's called. I'm gonna call it blowing raspberries. We're gonna release and let go for this full moon practice. Surrendering all of our energy. So what we do is inhale, and on the exhale, blowing through our lips like we're blowing raspberries. Let's do it 3 times. One. 2. 3. Tanner's laughing at me. This is a really good one to do with your kids. It's a really good one to do if you're frustrated, just to let it all out and release any energy that you have. So we're gonna move out of this pose into frog. So tucking our toes under, coming back into our heels. Let's pigeon toe the toes out. Heels as wide as the mat here. Coming into our low squat, yogi squat. wherever that is for you. Some of you need to sit on something if that's more comfortable. Pushing the knees out, hands together, finding space tonight. So inhaling to lengthen the spine. And exhale, grounding the tailbone towards the ground. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pulling that tailbone towards the ground. After your next exhale, planting the hands, lifting the tailbone towards the sky, shaking out the legs, bring the toes parallel, or the feet parallel, and just shaking out a bit, letting the head hang, ragdoll, the ragdoll, let that gravity provide space between the vertebrae. Let the neck hang down. Gentle movements if there's any pain here. Breathing. If you'd like to, bending your knees as graciously as you need, belly on the thighs, or straightening the knees. Wherever your ragdoll is today. Grabbing elbows side to side. And trying that box breath here. Noticing what difference that makes when you hold the breath. You get all the air out. Creating space in the rib cage. And breathing normally. Letting the arms hang as we roll one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. The head and neck are last. Whew, we made it to our standing practice tonight. Okay, we're gonna just start with a mountain pose, coming into hip circles. So, mountain pose here. We're gonna widen our stance a little bit more today. We're gonna just start with some hip circles. So to the right, generously rotating the hips. Remember, we're creating space in all of our joints tonight. And the other way. It's a great time of year to do some dancing, back and forth with the hips, loosening up this area. One way and then the other. You might be ready for a dance party after this. All right. Good. Shake it out. Whew. And we're going to come into our crescent moon and start our moon salutations after that. So feet come together, arms inhale up and over. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. And I know you can't see here in the video. Now we're going to lean to one side, pulling and creating space on that whole right side of the body. Inhaling and exhaling, switching the hands as we go the other direction. Space all the way through the side body. Pulling with that, pulling that left wrist. Inhale. Exhale, switch to the other side. Inhale, switch. Inhale, switch. And inhale one more. And center. Lowering the arms, clasping the hands behind the back. I'm going to turn sideways here. Okay, finding our mountain pose, right? Hips are tucked under, nice posture, just grabbing our hands wherever that is for you. This might be enough for you, staying right here. Or if you'd like, we're going to come into forward fold, holding our hands together. So I'm widening my stance. It feels a lot better to me. You choose where your feet are, but we're going to exhale our way down, bending our knees a bit. And our hands come forward as far as gravity will let them. Breathing into the shoulders. Trying that box breath, holding it. And exhaling it all the way out. Notice what happens when you inhale and hold the breath. Can you release a bit in that holding? And then exhale all the way out. Hold the exhale. And breathing normally. Letting gravity pull a little bit more. And on your next exhale, leading with the hands coming up. And shake out the arms. Oh, that's an intense stretch. So just let the muscles release a bit. Shake them out just a bit. Maybe some of these wrist stretches here. Backwards and then forwards. And the other side, back and forward. Okay. Now for a moon salutation before we lay back down. Okay. We're going to start with warrior one. We're going through the warrior 1, 2. So here's warrior one, stepping wide, bending my right knee at a 90-degree angle. Back toes at a 45-degree angle. Finding your stance here. That line between the heel and the instep. Turning the hips towards your front knee. Centered over, your hips are centered here, tucking the tailbone. Arms up overhead or just rest on your knee. Warrior one. Couple of breaths here. Feeling the stretch in your hip flexor, relaxing the neck. And on your next exhale, open up to the front, arms to the side into a T. Just moving my hips, that's all. Everything else is in the same place. So we come from hips forward over the knee to hips front, sideways. These headlights are pointing, hips, bones are like headlights pointing this way. Okay, holding that knee at a 90-degree angle. I can still see my big toe. We don't want to come in or out too far. Just looking at the big toe. All right, exhaling elbow to knee. Really creating a side stretch here. Side lunge. Nice deep breath. Exhale the arms back, windmill them backwards. Humble warrior. My legs are still the same, 90-degree angle in the front. Big inhale and exhale, windmill the hands down by the front foot. Dropping the back knee, take a little rest here. I know it can be hard to hold that leg that long. in that 90-degree angle. So creating space in this left hip flexor, just a little bit of movement here to release. And if you're comfortable, coming up to the knee and all the way up with the arms. Feel that hip flexor. Just release a bit more. Breathe into it. Exhale, hands back to the side of your foot. Tuck those toes back into warrior one. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. And straighten that leg. Shake it out before we switch sides. All right. Strong legs here. Switching our feet to point the other way. Bending my left knee into a 90-degree angle. Finding my back foot at a 45-degree here. The heels lined up with the instep. Okay. Tailbone tucked under. We're gonna start with that warrior one. So our hips point over that left knee. Finding my 90-degree angle. Arms up and overhead if that's comfortable for you. Or we're resting here for balance. Couple of breaths here. Feeling that back foot, the pinky toe and my right foot is still planted. All four corners of that back foot. I can see my big toe in the front. And exhale, turning into warrior two. Arms, T, hips forward, facing me. Breath here. Exhale, elbow to knee, side lunge. Feel that stretch all the way through from the heel to the fingertips. Find your spaciousness. And exhale, humble warrior. Don't move your knee. Keep it at a 90-degree angle. We're almost done. Breathe here. And windshield the hands down by the left foot, dropping the right knee. Resting just a minute here. Oh, some hard work on our legs. Okay. When you've created some space in this right hip flexor, coming up to the knee, front knee. And if you want to keep going, making sure our tailbone is tucked, arms up overhead. Inner thighs kind of squeeze together here for balance. Feeling that hip flexor. Sink a little bit lower. Space in there. Elongating your spine. And exhale the arms back down to the floor. Tucking that toe under. Coming up into warrior one. Last bit of strength here. And exhale, warrior two. 90-degree angle. Hold it. And straighten. Turn the feet towards me. Shake out the hips. Do those little hip movements here. Heel toe the feet together. Ooh, good work. We're going to come into our child's pose one more time before we do our back stretches for tonight. So coming down to the knees, toes together, knees out if that's better for you, or knees together. We're going to rest just for a few minutes doing those box breaths here. Really stretching the arms far, forehead to the mat. Noticing any changes from our first child's pose to now. Letting the breath slow down and trying that box breath. After your next exhale, just sitting up any way that's comfortable and rolling onto your back, getting anything that you might need. We're going to do our recline pigeon, our twist, and then our savasana, which I would like to do with legs up the wall. So I think I'm going to use right here. So getting anything you need, a drink, a blanket, socks, anything like that, and join me on your back. Rolling back down, knees bent. Okay, we're gonna take our right ankle under the left knee, right knee's pointing, pushing out, pulling that left thigh, engaging both feet, flexing them, protecting the knee here, reaching through and grabbing the back of the left thigh, pushing the right knee out with the right elbow. And a few breaths here. After your next exhale, just lowering those feet and coming slowly into the other side, really slowly. We're slowing down this time of year. We don't want to rush through. So bringing that left ankle on the right knee, flexing both feet, grabbing through to the back of the right thigh, pushing gently the left elbow on the left knee, finding your spot here on this side, and trying that box breath. Now, sometimes you might notice you want to go a bit longer than 4. So you can start to elongate to 6 if that feels good. After your next exhale, releasing that side, we're going to come into a twist. There's a fly in here if you're watching me swat the fly. Okay, arms come into a T, feet together, knees together. Let's just drop to the left side, drop the knees to the left side, coming into a gentle twist tonight. Remember, our shoulder blades stay on the ground. So, letting our feet find where they're going to fall, our knees fall to the left, then sinking in to the ground, letting gravity do the work here. If you need a bit more of a twist, bringing those knees closer to the chest first. And then you can always rest that left hand on the left knee, looking over the right side. And using our box breath here. And after your next exhale, releasing and rolling up through the middle. Starting with our feet on the floor, arms in a T, drop your knees to the right. Just seeing how that feels there. Creating space tonight and also just surrendering and slowing down for this harvest moon. If that is not enough of a twist, bringing the knees towards the chest a bit more, finding where your feet can relax, looking over the left arm. I embrace my fears and all that they reveal. Trying that box breath on this side. Noticing what might have happened when you heard, I embrace my fears and all that they reveal. Maybe you can take a deeper breath. And after your next exhale, rolling to the center, giving your knees a little squeeze to the chest. And coming into your Savasana. So mine is going to be up against the wall. So this is a great time to release the hips. So bringing your mat to the wall. Sitting next to the wall and then flipping your legs up, heels to touch, arms to the side, really creating space here. So chest is spacious, palms up to the sky, hips sinking into the ground. If this is too much for you, you can always create a bit more space between your buttocks and the wall. So wherever your spot is, toes turn out. Breathing normally here, just letting go and listening to my full moon release here. I am choosing to let go of any negative energies, tension, anxiety, and memories that are no longer service to my highest and greatest good across all planes of my existence and lifetimes. I ask of you, Mother Moon, to heal me from the past so I can grow into the future. Thank you, Harvest Moon. I honor the cycle of growth and decay within me. I honor the cycle of growth and decay within me. Taking a few minutes here to release the summer moon or the summer months and welcome in the autumn. And very, very slowly, slowing down as slow as possible. Bringing knees down to chest. Rolling onto our right side. Making a pillow with the arm. A breath or two here. And even slower, pushing up to sit. Being ready to slow down as the days get darker and we embrace the darkness of winter. Coming into a seated position, hands to chest. I honor the cycle of growth and decay within me. Inhaling, arms out, give yourself a nice big hug. May you be well. Inhale the arms wide. Other arm on top, hug. May you be safe. And one more. May you be peaceful. Hands to chest. Namaste. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. Thank you for practicing with me.